app for Android users by Ferdouse. My name is Ferdouse. I've been doing digital drawing for over 5 years, and I've developed some very interesting techniques that I want to share with you. So this is the Paintology app. Once you open it, you'll come to this home screen, and you will see a bunch of buttons here. So I'll take you through some of these buttons, but this theme is more about using the power of the trace function, something I did yesterday, and there was quite a lot of interest from the part of the audience, users watching it, of yourself watching it, and it showed that how you can take advantage of the trace and apply it to your drawing and learn the fundamental skills that are often associated with artwork. So, what have I learned in the last 4 or 5 years? I come from a traditional background in painting, drawing, acrylics, watercolors, you name it. They're all pastels, charcoal, you name it. I'm pretty good at all of that. I've got large pieces of work and small pieces of hanging on walls. So I'm pretty, well known in my local area. But I'm also happen to apply these techniques for digital drawing as well. And that's what makes the whole fascination of art in the digital world more interesting. The problem is a lot of people think digital drawing and painting is associated with tools. Without the tools, you're not going to create digital work, digital art. This is a myth, and I will break it down with showing you some of my drawings that I do on my phone. So let me first take you through quickly. Let's go files. My files here. It's internal storage, produce. And you can see here. This is what I show. What you're looking at right now is this phone, Note 10, Samsung, and I draw on this, and this is what you're looking at right now. So YouTube probably set this up not with the aim of people showing drawings, but for the aim of showing games, how some live folks do games on this. So I'm using it to show my drawings. And you can join along with me, draw along with me, or you can obviously come back and take your time while you watch the video and do the drawing yourself. But I recommend you do the drawing by myself. In that way you can ask the right questions. I think it's more natural for someone to be constrained to follow the teacher while they're teaching rather than coming back and watching a review of it, which you can do, of course, right? So this is the phone that I use for and by the way, I don't use my fingers so much now. I use my stylus because it's easier for me to control. So the other resources I wanted to share with you are here. Let me get this Google Classwork. This is a Google Classroom. I spent several months developing this to support the drawing on the Paintology. And it's not about using tools, please. If you're a beginner, don't talk about tools that you need this, you need that, you need this for drawing. That's only because apps have evolved that way. They're not teaching you the fundamental skills of drawing and painting. If you did acquire the fundamental skills of painting, and if you're new to this, you will know that I typically make drawings that are often mistaken for traditional. I'll show you some examples. There's one drawn on my Samsung Galaxy tablet. This is like drawing by hand, and that's exactly what I do. I use the fundamental skills that I've learnt the core skills of drawing, art techniques, and apply it to digital. This is on the Samsung S6 tablet. And then this one, pencil-like drawing on my Samsung Note, freehand drawing. If you think it's all a trace, the reason I use trace is to show you how to develop these skills rapidly. Okay, if someone showed you a way to develop a particular skill, would you ignore it? Would you carry on the beaten path, or or would you try something new? It's up to you. You can take numerous times longer to establish your skills, or you could follow some of the techniques and skills I'm going to show you that allows me to make these wonderful drawings here. Like this one, for example, this freehand as well. So it's the skills I learned. This one's something I did yesterday, actually. That's one of the trace method of drawing. Very powerful. And I'm going to show this in a minute. But let me first go through this quickly and see if I can find anything. So the plenty of examples, but these are actual screenshots of drawings I've done. What you need to do is you need to watch the videos. You'll see that in the videos. I got some recent ones where I do freehand drawings. This is one of my favorite, eagle. This one was done by one of my first stab at photorealistic drawing, and I managed to do this on my tablet. So pleased with it. That actually was a little bit avert to doing photorealistic drawing. I said, why? What's the point of doing photorealistic? Why should I spend all my time trying to make it look realistic? But then I realized that you can expand your skills and take it a little bit more further, just so take it a bit further than what you're used to, and you can turn those techniques you've learned into photorealistic drawings. This one is a paint by numbers drawing. You can see here I did that, sat down on my phone. Paint by numbers, one of the tutorial. Plenty of examples for you to get along with, okay? This one you probably have seen in another one that was done in freehand as well. It was done on another YouTube channel, pencil drawing, and I replicated that in there. So you have a lot. You can't do this if you don't know the techniques, right? As simple as that. So let's see, what else do I want to show you? So this is going to teach you these techniques. So just keep that in mind, that this was designed for you to learn art really quickly, and it's tightly linked to the tutorial section of the app. So let me show you an example. 2.5, draw a fairy silhouette. Yeah, let's click on that. Okay, here. Oh, come on. Open. Yeah, you see, search ID 173. Okay, so keep that in mind. Search ID 173. There's plenty. They're all organized and structured, and I highly recommend you follow this. Remember, when you learn with Paintology, you're not giving up the idea of learning with other digital apps. You're actually learning something way more important than just the use of digital tools. You're learning art techniques, and these are pretty much applied. These techniques are applied across the art mediums, any art mediums, including traditional. So keep that in mind, okay? So this is the Google Classroom. It's really awkward when I'm in admin mode and I have to select it. And so the other one is the paintology.quora.com. Okay, I highly recommend you go to that. This will show you all the little entries I've made over the past few years, and you'll find all kinds of drawings and some that will interest you, and give you a short text on how it's done. So this is yesterday, as you see here. So I pasted that. So please follow me on paintology.quora.com. And the other important page you want to bookmark is this paintology.com. Go to homepage and then you find this pink button, daily step-by-step video tutorials. Click on that and you'll come to this page. This page holds all the daily log streams, the video streams that I've done to date. So you can see here 9th of November is where we are, and I have the power of the trace continued. Okay, so I'm continuing to show you the trace method, and this is the reference image, which is just saying more great trace drawings tutorials on your phone. And then you have the streams. Can you see it? Stream Ferdouse, which is 9 GMT. This is the stream you're currently on. And then it's followed by another stream, live tutorial, 10 GMT. And then you can see that previously I was using a reference image to show you the power of block coloring and trace. And you can see some of the completed drawings I have done in those 2 sessions, yeah? You can see that. So these are drawings you can make really quickly on your phone if you learn the techniques, okay? This was quite, I needed to hurry about with that one. Can you see how complex this drawing was to finish in 2 hours? All of these were done in 2 hours, yeah? So you can do the same if you learn the art techniques. So these are the resources I want to show you. And of course, Paintology app is available from the Play Store. And I'll show you. Just type in, this is the place, so Paintology or Paintology app, and you should see it. There it is. It should show up, Paintor, and you can see when you open it, you'll see these screenshots. They're pretty advanced drawings, of course, but that's where you're going to be inspired to do. And honestly, it's not that difficult to learn the techniques if you follow my methods that I've shown you or will show you in this one. So if you follow the methods, it's not that difficult. You may be afraid of drawing because you were afraid when you were a little kid. 2, 3 of these kids have just outranked you in every possible way with drawing. Have you really given it a thought about why that is? Because a lot of people make the wrong assumption that they were born with that skill set. And I will disprove all of that wrong when I show you, okay? Have you really given it any thought why they're better? After all, they got the same brush, same tools, same pencil and paper, but somehow they can manipulate that pencil and paper and make the marks they want. It's because they have art techniques. They have mastered art techniques. The same thing when you go to YouTube, one of your favorite YouTube artists, right? You would sort of marvel at them thinking, oh my God, they are just incredible, such wonderful talent. And then you say to yourself, I cannot go there. Well, of course you cannot go there because you're not going to practice. You haven't kept your mind open to the possibility of developing the same techniques that they have developed, and hence can make artwork that can mesmerize you. So now you can, because I can put the same type of methods that they use in their art techniques to this Paintology, and that's why I'm saying that you pretty much draw like the way traditional people draw, and that's the reason why my artwork never looked like digital, right? This one we did yesterday in one of just less than half, just over half an hour, see? And that's one I sat with you and did. This was the second one, the second tutorial we did, right? Couldn't have guessed, could you, that you couldn't draw like this. Just discard that, and then I can show you so many drawings. This one, for example, the rose. Oops, this is the wrong one. The rose is, let's Let's have a look. This one. Yeah, see that rose drawing was done on the phone, again on this phone, and it was done very easily outlined, and I showed you block coloring. That's where I introduced you block. And it doesn't require drawing experience, so keep that in mind. You probably got an aversion to drawing, and then when digital comes about, you can use those tools. You can do that. Oh, that's how they did the eyes. Oh, that's how they color filled it, and that's why you can go on that path. But trust me, your art will always look too digital if you use the tools. But with this, can you safely say this was done digitally on the phone? No, you can't, can you? So that's the techniques and art skills that you develop. So if you want to be an artist, this is an excellent form of becoming an artist. Digital is not like what the majority of people say, even ChatGPT, that it's a steep learning curve with technical stuff. It's total nonsense. If you want to draw like this, I can show you that that's not the case. And trust me, I'm an advanced user of Photoshop, and but I won't use that for drawing. I use it for a lot of other things, like like the manipulating, cropping, and also logo, web stuff, design, logo design, text, adding text over images and all that. I won't use it for drawing, but you can if you want to. But I'm just saying, be prepared for a very long learning curve. Photoshop is a real beast. I started using that 30 years ago. It took me several years, and I'm pretty competent in what I do, and took me several years to even get comfortable with it. But anyway, that's entirely up to you how you want to go around that path. A lot of digital people who create art using Photoshop will tell you to buy a Wacom tablet or something, Cintiq, and then hook it up to you. And I have the same configuration, but I don't use it for drawing. This, to me, is the pleasure of drawing, okay? And it should be the same thing, just like people enjoy drawing the traditional. I believe drawing the digital should be the same pleasurable experience. Anyway, so let's go to tutorials here. Like you see a few buttons there. Do not go for the draw tools and then go to the canvas and then look at all the tools and start comparing. I'm going to use my famous analogy, right? When you want to find a really good carpenter who's going to make you the cabinets and make you the table or chairs, do you actually meet him and then go straight to his workshop and say, I want to see what tools you have first. Thank you very much. And then you ignore him and you just pass him and then go to his workshop and say, oh yeah, he's got the hammer there. He's got this hand saw. He's got the miter saw. He's got this drill. He's got that. Honestly, that's exactly how you would come if you were like such a beginner at this step and not know much about art techniques, and do the same thing with the app. So you'll come here, look at and compare it with the other digital app. Big mistake. Please don't do that. You should come here for the art creations that have been done. The YouTube channel has My YouTube channels have got laden with lots of examples, and that should inspire you to draw in the same manner, learn the techniques. If you're looking for the tools to, if you're looking for tools, then you should go to the other apps. But if you're looking to learn real core skills and art fundamentals, then you've come to the right place. Okay, so let's go for tutorials here. So straight away, go to tutorials. And I encourage you to do paint by numbers. And paint by numbers is a very important, highly important area that will teach you some important skills. Let's take this elephant, right? So when you open it, click it, you'll see that I'm going to show you what it does. It opens up it's a drawing of a silhouette elephant, and it's going to teach you. So it opens up to the video. So let's play the video. Right, right. And then it's going to show you how the drawing is done. So it's telling you install the app first on your phone. We're going to do this easy drawing. And that's the one drawing I did yesterday of the trace. See here? And then it even gives you a number so you can search for it. Remember I showed you? So you don't have to keep hunting for it. So you select a color, it's telling you what to do. Then away it goes. There it is. See? And what does this do? And then you can toggle to your drawing here. So this is exactly the painting drawing that you're going to do. And you toggle to your drawing. And then you keep the line brush. And then select a color. Like we're going to select a black, right? And then away we go. That's it. And then just to show you quickly. And when you want to get thinner, use a thinner brush. Right? That's all it is. It's not using color fill, color tools. This develops your drawing experience so much more than you can possibly imagine. It improves your drawing, and anyone can do that because you're tracing, essentially tracing, and it's really good fun, I'm telling you. Can you imagine when you're doing this on your way to work rather than just doing social media and, you know, listening to all these things going on around the world? You can just simply get lost in the moment and make your drawing. This is your drawing, which so far, but I haven't done it. And then you carry on until you finish the whole drawing. So easy, and that improves your drawing strokes, perspective, understanding, especially when you do excuse me please, especially when you do portraits. It will really make you understand. If you do a few of these, then it will first of all increase your drawing skills, really improve it, drawing strokes, and at the same time you will be much better in understanding shapes. So when you come to do this, finish this drawing, you will know that an elephant has a simple shape, looks like that, right there. It looks like this, trunk, large ears, and you'll have the perspective right as well. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's save it, just for argument's sake, who knows. And then let's go back to tutorials. So that was paint by numbers. Now we're going to go to pencil drawing. Let's see what has in store for us. Oh, look at the same elephant drawing there. And then we got Taylor Swift. Wonderful. So what are we going to do? Should we do, take a look at this? Okay, let's look at that close. Again, this has got a video associated with it because you saw a video icon. So let's click on that top right toggle button and watch the video for a while, yeah? Oh, this one tells you right, that's something I wanted to mention. Grayscale, you see? So I'm going to show you this grayscale, okay? So let's do this very quickly, right? So we go here. It's showing you what you should aim for at the top, obviously. This is actually an 8-day exercising and drawing with pencil, and you can find that once you've installed the app. It's all free, you know, nothing's paid for. So let's go here and let's change it to grayscale here, okay? And of course, we've changed. What happens when we change the grayscale? Notice the color bar has automatically changed gray, okay? So these are the little things that you're not going to know until you practice with the app, yeah? So now we're going to say we need to move to the shade brush as well. So more brushes, shade. All right, so we're now on the shade brush. And let's select a reasonably good size, 12%, and keep the hardness at 100%, just for now, yeah? Okay, and let's see what it does. Can you see that? What it's doing is it's actually drawing like a pencil. Look, pencil behaves very much like that, does it not? Now here you have more control over this pencil than much more so than if you bought a set of 12 pencils with different gradients, HB, 2B, 6B, you know, the ones I'm talking about, right? So you have way more control on there. So this power of the shade is just incredible. Let me show you what I mean. If I take it here, right, all the way to the end, this cursor, gets darker, which means I can get really dark tones, right? So that means I have the ability to control the gray tones of the shade, the pencil. Think of it like I'm using a pencil, but then you have even more power with the hardness. These are techniques that are not taught in digital because people are not confident or not able to appreciate art skills. So how do we make this drawing? Well, I'm going to try and do this drawing really quickly and I'll show you how easy it is. The color picker, the shade brush, and the grayscale is a mighty powerful way of making realistic pencil drawings. And we can, and I showed you in the video, if you go to the forward to the video, you'll see how I see that. See how I've got close to the top. That's using what I'm just showing you, okay? So you can follow along to that, but I'm going to give you a few tips here and show you. Now, color picker, as I said, was very important to this. Let's select this color picker. What is it going to do? Essentially going to pick a color and get the exact color tone of wherever I'm going to land. Let's say I'm on here. Let's say I'm on here. So I pick the color picker and watch how this cursor changes, okay? Color picker, see that? It's changed to that. That is the exact tone and values of the shade brush. Now you can see darker tones. I can see darker tones here. Look how far that's gone. That is the tone of that. And tones and values are discussed by artists in any class. Believe me, you go to an art class, they will talk about tones and values. They will not shy away from that. It's the first most important parameter they talk about when drawing or painting. Let's pick the color picker again and pick something different. How about this text? Oh, look, it's picked a tone, but it's color. But it can't pick the color, so it's picked the tone, okay? Of that color. So obviously it's not going to be able to pick a color, but that's the tone of that pink color. Can you believe it? So here, let's pick another one tone here. See, compared to this tone and then this tone, you see it's gone down a little bit. And then here, let's pick this tone here, okay? So we can take full advantage of this and then improve our knowledge of tones. So let's do this very quickly, as I've done before, just to give you an approach to how you should draw. So color picker and pick that color shade. And then have I got a good brush? Okay, let's try it. Yeah, it's all right. So I'm going to zoom in and do what that tone is telling me to do. I'm going to take it down because I need to do the edges. Look at that, just like a pencil brush, isn't it? Pencil. Okay, so now we're going to, that's maybe not completely right. Now let's do this sphere. You see that sphere's got a darker spot there? So we're going to do that. And then we can say, well, I can see another area of colors there. Let me do that. And then I can see another tone here. Let me draw that tone there, okay? And then I can see definitely a lighter tone here. Let me draw that. And then darker tones here of this, casting the shadow. And then this darker color here, here. And then, do you see how I'm getting close to that? This is your fundamental understanding of tones. Really does help you. And then I'm going to say, well, there's tones here, so there are tones here. Keep accidentally hitting mine. Okay, and then here, this is a little smaller brush, so we take it up a bit, right, and pick the tones here, the body here, and then pick the light tones, because light is coming on the other side, and then pick that tone again, and then just blend it, and then pick a darker tone, which should be on the other side here. Don't worry about getting it right. Right, and then pick this tone here, the mid-tone here on there, right, and then pick some reflected tones from here perhaps, you know. So that's like a little bit whiter, but again, let's finish this. This is so much fun. So there. And then when we want to get closer to that, the belly of the bowl, we obviously need, and notice how I'm also rotating it. We need a darker tone. Let's try this one. And then pick the color of what we had on there and use the gray tone if you want to, right? See what we have here. Pretty good going, isn't it? And then we have this wonderful tone here. And then this ball is also, let's pick this tone here. And then we go here. Well, so keep practicing it. Then use the same different brush size and just keep building it, okay? That's all you need to do. And you won't get it right away, of course, right? You won't expect it to. And use the grayscale. After you've done that, use this grayscale to build up these colors, you see. Yeah? Just build them up slowly, okay? What, we've got a 11% brush. There. And then you got this one there. Can you see how it's coming together? You get a good feel for it. Once you do it, get a really good feel. It's not quite there yet. You can see that this needs to be a little lighter because it's coming out. And then this. And then notice it's quite sharp there. How do we get that? Well, naturally, we're going to take the brush size down, right? And then just keep, and just draw that sharper, right? That's it. It's a bit sharper now, isn't it? There it is. And then you can also increase the sharpness of this by your hand. Look at that there, perfect. And then if you want to, get the color picker of the white in order to just straighten that pyramid out. Is that a pyramid? Yeah, it is. Or a cone, I should say. There, you can see you can do that, and then use the white to white away. There, just keep doing there, and then just look at it and check if the tones are right, and just keep working on it. You can never quite finish it. You can just, oops, that's a white. I haven't changed the white. Terrible. Okay, so we can do that again because we took out the white, didn't we? Okay, so what we can do is smooth it out. Let's see, look at this rumbling of stuff. Let's see how we can smooth out this ball, yeah? So again, let's pick the dark colors that we want. So I believe we need to have a pretty large size of that color. So let's pick that color which we think that's the grayscale, and then pick a brush size about there. Just try it and see what happens. Right there. Okay, and now let's pick the adjacent tone to it and just take it out, feel it out, and then see these undertones there, undertones of that. Just use it and shape it out. Okay, that's all. And then you just practice with this grayscale, right? And then you'll get better and better. Honestly, that's how it works. Do you see how we've improved that? See how we've improved that so much, isn't it? And see, and then we can take that brush down even more, and we could just go here. I got a little too small brush here because that's why it's showing these small steady lines there. So I can take a little bigger brush and diffuse it. Okay, there. See that it's not quite. It's more whiter, lighter, isn't it? There, there. Okay, we keep improving, and then let's diffuse this area if we can, and then we'll take a bigger brush, 12%. So you need to practice this, and you got the same platform for practicing. You can't say he's better than me because he's got a hidden talent, but he's only because the person is using a different technique style, and it works for him. Okay, there. That's not. Then I'm gonna take it light in this. Right? Keep lighting this. Right there. It's not too bright, is it? I made mine a little on the bright side, so I can take it down. No problem at all. Yeah, all the way. I can make this cone to work to my advantage. See how we're smoothing that? So you can keep practicing with this and really, really shape your understanding of tonal shading. See, this leads you to make really fine artwork. So let's go home, save. This is how I use it to make tonal colorings like that I just showed you here. Like for example that zebra, this one, you see? You won't believe that this is an actual drawing, but it is. This is how I freehand drawing on the tablet, and many, many more. This one as well on the shade brush, see? And the famous the past Queen of England, So many much more. You can even do this tunnel drawing here of a, you might have seen this on YouTube somewhere. But anyway, so this is it. This is really what it is. And with this, I can make exceptionally drawing. That looks photorealistic. This was done again. Look, photorealistic drawing. There you go. Not many people will believe it. It's done on digitally. But digital is powerful. You don't need to invest in many tools. And one of my favorite ones, this one, shows you the shading of the apple, everything there. It's so wonderful. And this is the way to practice. So I'm going to leave it there and then have a bit of a longer break than usual. So you can come back for the 10 a.m. 10 GMT time of the other session, which we'll go through a bit more on the other tutorials and do some more interesting tutorials. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, and then we'll go show you more on the power of drawing with Paintology, teaching you techniques. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you at 10 GMT. Thank you.